I think a lot of people have gifts, but it's how they use them. And these are extraordinary people that use their gifts in a just inspiring way. And these are Hall of Famers. I don't think 99.9% of the population understands what it takes to do what they did.
I just knew that I was passionate about this. I never knew it would take me around the world. I never knew I would win gold medals. I never knew I would win anything. I just wanted to win. I didn't know that this talent and winning would create a moment in time that's just like timeless. It'll last forever. Like, no, you could never wrap your mind around it.
Hello?
Simone!
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm working, Simone. I'm trying to recruit to make you proud.
Yes, ma'am. You've already done that, exceeded that.
All righty.
Great season, great season.
I know it, baby. Your mom and dad around you right there?
Oh, no, ma'am. They are here.
Well, darn, I wanted them to hear this. Our Hall of Fame committee here voted unanimously to officially put a statue of you on this campus. I get emotional because this should have been done a long time ago. You're going to be the first female. And are you crying? It's okay if you cry.
Yes,
I can hear those sniffles. You're so deserving, and just know how proud we are. LSU's proud of you, and you're the first one, big girl. Pull out the Kleenex and blow your nose and cry your eyes out if you want to, okay?
I will.
Women oftentimes get overlooked. Like, we do amazing things. You can name a number of women who've done a number of amazing things and accomplished things, but they go overlooked or unnoticed at times. And it takes someone of her stature and her position of power to say, hey, we need to get a statue, we need to get something done here. And just like that, in the snap of a finger, and it's getting done in less than a year.
Ten years ago, we said we'll do one female sculpture a year to help change the landscape, which it needs to be. Mm-hmm. And now it's about 3 to 5. Without us trying, because there are that many cool stories and that many important historical pillars to make, as this is of you. It's a historical pillar, so people can learn and be inspired by LSU history. I think your time here is a little bit bigger than women's basketball,
That's what they say.
That's why I'm here.
I was just enjoying the ride.
Simone's always been shy, but she didn't want to stay in the house. She didn't want to do any house chores, so she always was outside. Simone did soccer, she did t-ball.
Swimming.
She did swimming. We did a lot of things, but Simone just kept coming back to basketball.
Probably about 5 years old, I played on a biddy ball team over at City Park. And I don't know, I just remember grabbing the ball, didn't know how to play, didn't know how to inbound, I didn't know anything. And I just remember dribbling the ball inbounds. And the ref was like, no, you have to pass it to a teammate. And then you go up the court, and I was like, okay. And I passed it to my teammate, and then we scurried down the court, and I made my first basket. And after that, you know how little kids are, they jump and they run and they, And I was like, I think I like this. And I just remember going home that night, and I told my dad, I think I like basketball.
Her dad says, you want to play basketball? You want to be good? You want to be great? She's like, I want to be great. I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to focus on. So from that point forward, it was all about playing basketball.
We started in the backyard on a wooden basketball goal that he just like a makeshift basket.
Her first basketball goal was a bicycle ramp, 20-inch bicycle ramp, on a gravel driveway. Anybody know you dribble basketball on rocks, you got to have some handle.
We made our way to the front of the garage, which had a bigger area of space, and we had a better basket with the little rolling basket.
And all the neighborhood kids wanted to play with Simone, so they come to our house to play basketball. So that's how Simone really got some of her real game going on, was playing with the kids in the neighborhood on the gravel rock.
I started out playing at different gyms around wherever they had the biddy ball games. Mostly BREC teams, co-ed, but I was the only girl on most of these teams. And at the time they were playing on like the 8-foot basket. And so I just remember being in the yard and I was dunking on the basket at home and my dad was like, "You gonna tear your basket up, why you don't do it in the game?" And I was like, well, I didn't know I could do it in the game. And so we had to call BREC, get the rules and regulations about if dunking was possible for kids and stuff like that. And they said I could, as long as I didn't hang on the rim. And that was all she wrote. Like, after that, I was just trying to dunk on everybody. And from that, no, I did. I literally tried to dunk on everybody. And, you know, gyms were packed. Like, they were like, this girl is dunking on these little boys. And so a biddy ball game that normally started at 8, 9 o'clock, the gym was like full, standing room only, because they wanted to see this little girl that was dunking on these little boys. So.
It's a great honor to grow up in that era, to be able to watch her and remember her and actually be a part of a fan club. She was the best basketball player I ever seen, men and women. You know, so it was, everybody was waiting for her to get to the game. She was dunking and she was crossing people over, everybody going oohs and ahs in the stands. It was packed.
Coach Gunner, Pokey Chapman, Bob Starkey, they knew about the secret before everybody else. They would come to the BREC gyms that I played at. So when I was a kid, like 10 years old, they would come to Gunshong Center and just sit in there and watch me shoot free throws or go through workouts with my dad. So they knew from a very early age that I was going to be pretty good.
We knew even when she was in junior high that she'd be the kind of player that could change our program. You could tell she had it, you know, that competitive spirit, that desire to be as good as she could be. You know, when you go watch a young kid play, at least for me, I like to target on the things that she does when she's not playing. Like, I want to see how she acts when she's warming up. I want to see what her attitude's like when she's on the bench. I want to see what it's like when she gets a bad call or she gets a bad break. And, you know, Seimone checked all the boxes off. She responded to everything like an amazing player would. And obviously being in our backyard was somebody that we really had to target and really work to keep at home. And we knew even when she was in junior high that she'd be the kind of player that could change our program.
This is the picture.
Whoa. No.
Make sure I get the elbow right, because every great shooter is always particular about their form.
Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Oh, thank you. So keep the knee pads.
Yeah, keep the knee pads.
And
the shot.
Yeah.
It's basically, yeah, this is like my shot. Not so much that one. I don't, you know, this is like the perfect, like,
I was just going to say, this,
and then,
the elbow bothers me a little there because you're probably avoiding the upcoming player, you know, whereas that shows the form.
The form, yeah. The form, the look, like that's literally how I looked every time I shot the ball.
Right.
Like for whatever reason.
And you know if you lined your elbow up right, you know it was going in. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the cool part of the artistic part of the position of the players, that there's that mechanics in their head. I've learned over the years that when they felt it was lined up right, it was always going in.
It was over. Yep, and that's what it is, like a rhythm. Yeah, that was my thing. Jump shooting, it's a lost art, so.
It sure is.
So definitely, that's the focal point of this. That was something that my dad always said, like he didn't have a three-point line, so jump shooting was all I had. So the touch was a thing, like I had chain nets and I would just, like it got so like religious, like the rhythm of the shot that I could tell, like by the sound of the nets, like if it went in, because half of the time we didn't even have street lights, so it was dark, I couldn't see.
Oh my gosh.
And you could just hear the nets and it's like ching, ching. I'm like, yeah, it's a bucket.
I have
It's a bucket.
On the ball there,
yeah, I had the right spin on the ball, or you could hear when it was a hard miss or a soft miss. Like, so like jump shooting is all about like the touch.
Was your pops feeding you those balls? Was he?
No, I had to shoot it in, go shag it,
neat.
Go back, you know. But that was a part of the conditioning. He was a genius when it came to that. Like I didn't know I was working out, you know. I thought I was playing basketball. Didn't know I was working out that hard, conditioning.
Here come your Fighting Tigers of LSU.
The hard work beat talent when talent don't work hard is like the best statement ever, because there's so many talented players. And I always tell players, like, I didn't have the luxury of a YouTube and some of these outlets that they have now where you can go and watch. You want to be a great shooter like Steph Curry? Go and pull up YouTube Steph Curry, and you're gonna see so many clips. Like, you have no choice not to get better if you want to get better. Whereas I had to go and dig through, like literally go to the library and pull a card and find stuff and get a book, or my dad to go find a VHS tape. It was like a process, but it was something I was passionate about, and I wanted to do it. And so it was like a love affair with the game. Like, how do I get better? Who do I look to?
This is like a suction cup. Make sure you got that hand over it, just like the tentacles of an octopus.
Pistol Pete was like my guy. I had that Pistol Pete tape when he had the ball, he dropped it and he do the little pop, and hit him with that little pass, or either the one where he would catch it behind his back. Like, that was my tape. I played that tape until I couldn't play it anymore. Like, literally the ribbon inside the VHS tape like broke. And then And1 mixtapes was my thing, like coming into the 90s, early 2000s. Skip to My Lou and all those guys, like those were the things that I knew I wanted to add to my game as I started to see people that opened up my mind to the possibilities. The first time that I traveled outside of like our little region, and I went to Terre Haute, Indiana, to Blue Star Elite Camp, and did fairly well there and got a couple of eyes and scouts and people on me, and that led to an opportunity to go and take pictures in the Sports Illustrated. My idol at the time, which was Shamika Hoslaw, she showed up. We took a couple shots, and I actually thought it was like top 10 players in high school.
Seimone and Shamika were laughing around, giggling, playing around. Then they asked us to join in, and we were like, okay. We started taking some pictures, and it was during the playoffs. We were at the game. High school game, and one of Seimone's friends came and said, Miss Kim, we went to the Walgreens store and Seimone's on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I'm like, y'all need to stop playing. And they came back with the magazine, and we sitting at the game like, oh, where did you get this from?
We don't have
We don't even have a copy of it. We didn't even know nothing about it.
It was crazy that weekend. I think we played Ellender, which was one of the top teams in the state at the time, and they were kind of amped up about playing the girl that was on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Well, you know, she was the best player in the country. But as the best player in the country, she also has this ability to involve her teammates. And so when you went and watched a Capitol High game, it was a beautiful thing to watch. It wasn't the Seimone show. There's no doubt who the best player on the floor was, but she involved everybody. They were a well-coached team. The thing that was unique is they drew more than the boys' game. I mean, everybody wanted to see Seimone play. And you could have a variety of college coaches, besides Sue Gunner, there Pat Summit, Gino Auriemma, Tara Vanderveer, all the best coaches in the country were coming to Baton Rouge to watch Seimone play. And I thought the unique thing was it never affected how she played the game. I mean, she was Seimone every night.
I can understand the impact and the emotion that she had of like, oh, there go Coach Pat Summit, there go Sue Gunner, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, we loved the recruitment situation. But I think people like moaned in when them coaches used to come in, it was really for the other teammates, you know what I'm saying? Feel special as well, you know what I'm saying? Because even though they're here to see me, they could see y'all too, you guys too. So it was just something that she was giving Capitol High, you know what I'm saying, the city of Baton Rouge, because we really wanted to put on for the city.
What a tremendous player she was back in high school at Capitol. I was at Louisiana Tech, and obviously we were trying to recruit her. She even came on an unofficial visit, but I just knew it would be hard to get her out of Baton Rouge.
The large majority of players signed during the fall period. Seimone decided she wanted to wait till the late period. And for coaches, that's the ultimate stress level, because you're putting all your eggs in a basket trying to get this player, and if you don't get this player, that's it. It's the spring. There's nothing left.
Wasn't neither one of our decision.
It wasn't our decision. We really wanted her to come to LSU.
She did.
I did. He was at Tennessee, and I was like, well, no, I think she's gonna stay closer to home. Right. He was like, no, I want her to go off because she needs the experience of being away from us.
The fan base that we had, the community, everybody, was just so excited about the possibility of me of staying at home. Like, it was nowhere that I could go in Baton Rouge that I didn't hear LSU, Tennessee. You know, everybody wanted to put their 2 cents in. I pull up to a stoplight, somebody knew my car, like, put your window down.
A couple of days before she made her announcement, she didn't even tell me. All I told her was, I want you to call the coach that you're not gonna go to the school, and you let them know. I said, because that's the proper thing to do. And that's what I want you to do. She said, yes, ma'am. So I just remember her going to the room. And when she came back out, she says, I made a phone call. And I said, okay. I said, are you fine with your situation? And she said, yes, ma'am.
Every kid I've ever signed or didn't sign, I knew before signing day what she was going to do because they would call and tell you. Not Seimone. We're sitting in Coach Gunner's office and we're watching it on live TV. You know, the local news is covering it. And she pops out the doors at Capitol High, and I'll never forget, she was wearing an orange shirt. Our hearts just sunk.
Oh, no.
Was that on purpose or on accident?
It was not on purpose. It was like one of my better outfits that I had in the closet. And so I was like, okay, let me get fresh. And I put it on, not even realizing that it had like burnt, it wasn't even volunteer orange. It was like burnt orange and like a baby blue. And I literally, when I walked out to the podium, I could see all of my classmates and everything because I made the announcement at school, and they were like, oh, she going to Tennessee, she going to Tennessee.
We'll be attending Louisiana State University.
Seimone's what they call a program changer. She changed the whole trajectory of the program, you know, when she came in, you know what I'm saying? Because her passion, her energy, her skill set.
It was a groundbreaking day the day she signed. She made us relevant on a national level, and we had never been relevant at that level.
Well, we didn't know it was gonna make that big of an impact at the time, but I mean, once Seimone signed, the next thing I heard, the season tickets went through the roof.
We sold like 2,000 season tickets in a 2-week period in April, which was more season tickets than ever been sold in the history of LSU women's basketball. So it was a groundbreaking day the day she signed.
It gives the state university as a whole hope. The 3 letters is not just about us, it's about the community, it's about who you touch. You know, the people you touch, the relationships that you build. That's why you want us to stay home, the hope and love and the excitement.
I grew up watching Lady Tiger basketball and knowing that there were days when there weren't as many fans in the stands, and now we're coming out of the tunnel and it's purple and gold everywhere, beads flying. Now I was a part of that tradition and legacy that brought us to where we dreamed of being.
The addition of Seimone Augustus, who's from Louisiana and nearly sold out every gym. And out to the races goes Augustus and has a layup. Look at the silky smooth freshman. Saved by Smith. Here's Augustus. Catches it, blocking foul, count the basket. How about that?
I thought Seimone did an amazing job of meshing in as a freshman. You know, knowing that all the eyes of the nation were on her to see what she did. She didn't come in and think, hey, this is my team, by any stretch of the imagination. And I thought the team we had in place did a great job of circling her and making her part of that. And then the third component was Sue Gunner, who used her perfectly on the floor in terms of where we got her shots at.
She had a beautiful little jump shot. She was a tall perimeter player, really, that had to play inside somewhat and face the basket. She had charisma. She had a presence about her on the floor. People would constantly watch what she was doing on the floor. She made her teammates better. She's very, very quiet, but her game made those around her better.
Back to Donika Hodges. Now free throw line, Augustus all alone, hits it.
There's a storied history. No, we're going to make a difference here, for sure, in many different ways. You know, not just a beautiful piece of art, but I think this historical significance of this piece excites me just as much.
Yeah, no, it excites me too, for a variety of reasons. I mean, growing up here, seeing the community, like the impact that just playing basketball like this, it just blows my mind. Like a talent that I had, you know, brought me to a point where I can like inspire people and for generations to come.
Johnson, the smallest player of the pack, with the weak side rebound, up to Augustus for two.
Augustus from Johnson.
I watched Augustus that whole time, and she just moves so well without the ball.
We was trying to be like them, man. You know, they were winning. They were doing their thing. They were winning at McSeal, Hill, 75. They was winning.
They had the picture of the site where the Final Four was going to be, like right when you walked in the locker room. As soon as you swung the door open, that's the first thing you saw. So that was like the goal. It was in New Orleans. So you like, how can you not make it? Like, we going to New Orleans. Not a doubt in our mind that would not, you know, put us in New Orleans. Like, no one's beating us. No one's even coming close. We got to celebrate ourselves at home.
They make the run at Augustus, but she gets by Baker and Hardrick. Seimone Augustus is amazing. Seimone Augustus. Unbelievable. It has been an absolute pleasure to watch such an incredible player. Georgia can win it with the three, but they're running out of time. Hardrick loses the ball going down. LSU grabs it. And for the first time in the history of LSU women's basketball, they are going to the Final Four. Unbelievable. Seimone Augustus carried them. We said she had to have a big night for them to win. Tied the career high with 29.
For us to be able to go to New Orleans, play in the Final Four, by the way, our first ever Final Four is in New Orleans. It was special. I remember we're driving through the streets of New Orleans to get to our hotel, and fans are banging on the bus. Back in those days, you had an open practice, and we must have had 5,000 LSU fans at open practice chanting LSU, LSU the whole time we practiced. So that made it special, but I think it also drove home a message to our players about how important women's basketball has become in this state.
LSU has been carried in this tournament by Seimone Augustus, averaging more than 26 points a game.
It's a classic matchup of David against Goliath, and like the paper said, history versus mystery.
Augustus and Johnson have played their hearts out again.
Tennessee looking for that one shot. Boy, Tennessee, the last couple games, they've been in the same situation with Baylor and Stanford.
And Tasha Butts, who has hit the game-winning points in both of those, has it again. Leans in, no. And out of bounds to LSU with 6 seconds left. LSU with a timeout, looking for a chance at a final shot. Against Stanford, she's been a hero 2 in a row, trying to get it into Johnson. She's double-teamed, ball knocked loose, no whistle! Davis! Holy cow! Johnson at the buzzer. And Tennessee somehow has done it again.
I think being able to play that first Final Four in New Orleans was a springboard for everything that was getting ready to happen.
And at times, Augustus absolutely unstoppable.
Well, I think she has taken over the mantle of the best player in the country, certainly the most complete. Could drive a little bit more, but her mid-range game is so solid.
Each off-season, she tried to add something new to her game, and you saw that as she developed each year.
I knew what it felt like to be a college athlete and try to be my best. So I would like to enjoy other, student athletes and see what it was that they were doing. But then it was just like, the mentality, like what did it take to be a great swimmer? What are some of the workouts that they did? How could I implement that into what I wanted to do as far as like conditioning? Because they all kind of intersect and cross, paths as far as what we can do to kind of push our bodies.
The Lady Tigers went to the Final Four for the first time in the program's history last year, and if they're going to go back, it may be on that lady's shoulder.
I think everybody on the court at some point had a look at Seimone, and she still got a bucket out of it.
Good readjustment there by Seimone Augustus.
4-foot fadeaway is good. Now left baseline, back to the bucket, spins. The fadeaway from 10 is up and in. I'd like for you to name somebody who could stop that. I don't think many people in the college game can.
Never out of the offense, always within the flow of the game, very unselfish. I mean, she's a player who, if she took 4 or 5 bad shots in a game, Dave, you'd say that's okay. But you don't see her do that.
This year's recipient, from LSU, Seimone Augustus.
I'm very honored to be here. I'm very glad that I was able to win this award. I'm glad that I was here with an elite group of young women here today.
By the time she was a senior, she was the ultimate team leader and captain. She led the nation in scoring. And one of the reasons because she became our best screener. So she would set the screen, and then she would make the second cut and get the shot. She was also one of those players where if you brought her in and say, hey, this is something you could do better, done. She was just the most driven kid I've ever coached.
She beat Tennessee here last year. You guys go up there this year, and for the first time in LSU history, LSU is victorious in Knoxville.
Yeah, that was a key victory. We wanted to be able to do something special. We were 16-0 going up there, and it was an opportunity for us to go and play a tough Tennessee team on a new court, on the Summit court, and get a victory. But more importantly, it was an opportunity for us to kind of seal our victory as far as being top in the SEC.
I know she's disappointed she didn't bring a title home, but she took us to places we'd never been before, and we never thought we would go. Certainly, to this day, there's only 3 teams in America that's been to 5 straight Final Fours. Us, Stanford, Connecticut. Even Tennessee hasn't been to 5 straight. What Seimone set our program up to do is unparalleled.
With the first pick of the 2006 WNBA draft, the Minnesota Lynx select Seimone Augustus from LSU.
She got drafted to Minnesota. It was like, where is Minnesota?
It was really hard. The first 4 years of my career, we were the laughing stock of the league. Teams would literally not warm up because they knew they were going to beat us by 20. And I would be so pissed because I'm out there sweating, getting lathered up, ready for the game. And they like, we'll beat y'all by 20. They already had a playoff position or something like that. And I'm just like, man. So it was hard to keep yourself mentally there, mentally engaged.
The lack of success she had early in the WNBA had nothing to do with her. She carried that franchise for 2 or 3 years until they were able to add a few more pieces. As a matter of fact, you compared a lot to Michael Jordan in his early years with the Chicago Bulls when he had outstanding years, but they didn't necessarily have team success until they started adding the parts.
And Moore comes up with the steal. Oh, and finds Augustus all alone. Great look from Maya Moore and a beautiful finish from Seimone Augustus. And this is a team on the verge. This is a team just starting to find itself. Speaking of finding, how about that one to Seimone Augustus?
We was able to get Maya Moore, made a trade, got Lindsay Whalen, Rebecca Bronson. That was the core of our team that basically built the championship team. And then you add in Coach Cheryl Reeves, who was basically a mastermind when it comes to basketball game strategy. And she was able to basically play chess. She was able to put people in positions to be successful and basically teach us how to play the game that we know and love and be able to utilize our different unique talents to basically take over the league. We really never got a break for 12 years, but it was a joy because I played with people that I knew, played with people that I grew up playing against, in collegiate ranks or whatever, so it was like one big family. We just enjoyed the opportunity to play, and it was a joy because people want to beat America. I get there and everything is settled, everybody's comfortable, and then my mom called and she's like, I don't think we're gonna be able to come, the house is flooded, we gotta get in the boat. I was like, wait, get in a boat. Like, get in a boat and get to safety, so on and so forth. And I'm like, so you're not coming?
There is no fancy cable news name for the disaster in Louisiana, not a superstorm or some play on the word Armageddon. But while much of the country was caught up in Olympics and politics, the state was suffering on a scale rarely experienced.
I didn't even have words, so I was like, at that point, I'm like, if they're not gonna be here, the same mindset that went into Coach Gunner and those 2 hours that we played was the same mindset that I had for everyone in Baton Rouge, because they was like, we're gonna go to the bar, try to watch the game. I'm like, bet. I'm about to put on a show. I just wanted people to just have some joy, because I know so many people lost so many things during that time. When we got to the press conference, Coach Oriema was just like, you wanna say a few words? And I'm like, voice started cracking, and I'm like, well, you know, and the guy was like, well, what's going on back home, da da da, and I just like started crying. To know that everyone back home is going through something, everyone has lost something. Me and Coach was just talking about 40,000 people lost their homes, and they still try to go to maybe the local, you know, night spot or the local restaurants where they know the game will be played to just kind of watch, to cheer me on, and it's just, you know, honor and privilege. That's kind of what I prided myself on my entire basketball career. Being from Baton Rouge and being from Louisiana, knowing that it's not a lot of us. It's not a basketball hub. I'm just, you know, filled with joy that I was able to do something to make my family, my friends, and everyone who has been affected by the flooding proud. 3 times. You know, to be here 3 times is more than enough for me. One time was enough. To be there in Beijing was more than enough. But to be here and share this moment with great players, great people, it means a lot. In Baton Rouge, this is for you.
To me, that press conference where she breaks down because of her love for Baton Rouge says everything about who she is. You want to point to one reason why we need to have a statue of Seimone outside the PMAC, that's it. Because besides being the greatest player who ever played here, she's homegrown and she loves this place with every fiber of her being.
Do you think you could be a coach here sometime? I would love to have you as my coach. I think I need you. I think that would be great. Remake our picture.
I'm pretty intense too now. I'm pretty intense.
We need that.
Y'all need that? Oh, okay. Yeah. We might have to have some talks. We've had some talks, and
you know, I just think God puts you places in your life at the right time. It just hit me when I got here. What else does she have to do to get a statue?
it means a lot. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around, you know, what's happening. Everyone is excited. Obviously, so many people here in Baton Rouge have followed my career since biddy ball days. So this is like the celebration for everyone, not just myself, because so many people were involved in this journey.
It is really hard to sum up what she means, not just to our women's basketball program, not to our school, but to the entire community. I mean, it really is. I think Skip Bertman summed it up the most when he said she was the most influential recruit in the history of Louisiana State University athletics. I mean, that's a powerful statement. I think it's true. She changed the culture of our program by being a great competitor every single day in practice. I mean, people ask me my favorite Seimone moments. It's practice, it's not games. Practices were amazing, and it's because she set the temperature every day. There will never be another Seimone Augustus, not at LSU. So she was homegrown here. That's what makes it different. A lot of great players go to schools, but she was born and raised here.
Great move by Cheney to get Augustus open, and she hits it. And at times, Augustus absolutely unstoppable.
Well, I think she has taken over the mantle of the best player in the country, certainly the most complete.
Sculpture is very permanent, and you see it every day. I take it serious that each piece needs to be fit in its own way. I would say that this sculpture is prolific in its rendering and size, and also its artistic excellence is a reflection of who she is, because I really think we captured a beautiful, beautiful image.
it came out better than I thought it was going to come out.
I had contacted a brass band out of New Orleans because I thought it'd be fun to have the band escort us out to the statue. Had no idea all of the state of Louisiana was gonna be outside. I kind of blacked out because I saw so many people.
Let's go. How you doing?
A very special welcome to LSU women's basketball fans from throughout the city, throughout the state, throughout the country, and internationally as well, as we welcome this special moment in LSU women's basketball history. Today we honor the young lady who wore number 33 with that silky jump shot and smooth crossover game. A generational player who led LSU to greatness. The most decorated female student athlete in the history of Louisiana State University. The world will never forget her name. Seimone Augustus. Now it's time to invite Seimone's parents, Kim and Seymour Augustus. Please help us do the honors with Seimone as we unveil her statue.
I'm not going to start crying. Thank you so much.
We're joined by the coach of the LSU Tigers, Kim Mulkey.
We got to count down.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A drum roll, please.
It feel real good, especially her being from Baton Rouge, and anybody could come from Louisiana and come see it.
I was just stunned, to be honest with you, because I didn't think that they was gonna do. I didn't think we was getting more than her getting a jersey retired.
All the players I grew up watching on VHS tapes, now I'm being, a statue erected right next to them. I mean, I'm just thankful that I'm blazing a trail for the next generation. I mean, it's about life. It's about loving what you do, living life to its fullest. I guess I always thought about just being kind, giving some of me. Like everybody that's met me, I hope you take a piece of me home with you. Like you got a memory, like, that's most important. And not just any memory, like a memory that will last forever.
Her number 33 jersey hangs inside the Pete Maravich Center, and her statue sits outside it. 2024 Hall of Fame inductee, Seimone Augustus.
If you were to describe your 2024, where do you even begin?
To be honest, I thought last year was the ending of my player career, and then 2024 turned out to be, I call it my Hall of Fame year.
Find me somebody who's had a better year than this woman right there.
I got acknowledged from grade school or high school all the way to the Naismith Hall of Fame.
We're gonna do the ring, so you're gonna show off the ring, all right?
Must be pretty fun showing it off, right? I know, I'm about to cry. You just don't even expect it. It's certain conversations, to be honest, you don't expect to be in. You just think that it's gonna take so much time, because it's so many other people for you to honor prior to you. And for everyone to start giving you all this love and this flowers and stuff. To be honest, I got everything that I wanted and then some.
and I'm thankful for that.
It was on a Friday. I called her, and she said, "What you got for me, baby?" And I said, "I think I'm coming home, Coach."
I think it took maybe 3 seconds for Bob to speak up. And he says, "We need Seimone." And I asked him if he would reach out to her to see if there was an interest first before I called her. And it's a no-brainer.
To tell you the truth, when you finish playing, people automatically assume you want to coach. And that wasn't necessarily the thing. But it came back to me in a way that I was able to digest it and understand why I should be coaching. I see that the girls take to me. They listen to me. I've been places that they want to go. So they're like, what do I got to do? How do I do it?
Oh, I hit one too low? Yeah. So just you cut around that free throw line so you can catch it on the run and get up the court.
You can probably remember some of your best teachers. And so that's, what I hope to accomplish. Like, I hope to teach you the way to help you make a way for yourself and your family.
Come on in.
People always ask, like, what is Baton Rouge and what type of people are Baton Rougeans? And I'm just like, you know what? We are hardworking, determined people. We're going to figure some stuff out. And that's what I always carried with myself when I, went across the world. I am truly thankful that I am from the Bayou and that I have been ingrained and instilled with so many different things that have helped me accomplish so many amazing things that hopefully now inspires everyone in the state to go out and be great.
Please welcome Seimone Augustus.
To my Louisiana family, this is for you. Operator, won't you put me on through? Trying to send my love down to Baton Rouge. Hurry up and put them on the line. Gotta talk to my people just one more time. Calling Baton Rouge. Yeah, 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 sweet Baton Rouge.
Yeah, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you, man.
By the authority vested in me, I honor and recognize Miss Seimone Augustus as the Grand Marshal of the 2024 Wearing of the Green.
Hey! I've been many places, but it's always feels good to come back home and definitely be able to celebrate amongst my community and my people.
I asked you then, were you going to talk to us when you're famous? Damn it, you are talking to us. I've been so proud of you. I really am.